Before we get to our top story here, we have some breaking news out of Annandale this morning. Just before we came on the air at 4:30, we heard reports of a fire at Big Toy Storage near Highway 55 on 67th Street. That's about 50 minutes northwest of Minneapolis. So we have a live look from the scene right now. A number of flashing lights, a number of fire personnel on scene there. We are keeping a close eye on the situation right now. Don't see any flames from this vantage point, but we will continue to update you throughout the show and let you know what's going on. Well, this morning, an update to a KARE 11 investigation uncovering fraud in Minnesota's Housing Stabilization Services program. Right now, 8 people are facing federal wire fraud charges, and as Audrey Russo tells us, more indictments are expected to come down. Audrey.
Yeah, Jason, a lot to unpack here. Federal prosecutors are describing these wire fraud charges as just the first wave of indictments, indicating there will be more indictments to come from this scheme to defraud the state's housing stabilization program. Now, the charges link 8 people to years-long fraud of the system meant to help those struggling with addiction. Prosecutors claim the defendants billed Medicaid for fake meetings and services that were never provided. KARE 11 Investigates uncovered the fraud, which resulted in more than $100 million billed to the HSS program. The indictment claims some of the defendants used these taxpayer dollars to fund car and real estate purchases. Now, the acting U.S. attorney fearing more fraud will happen if the state doesn't change how it vets applicants to these programs.
I've literally run out of ways to express what is happening in our state and in our state programs, and to explain the coming iceberg I see.
Now, these federal charges coming just one day after the assistant state commissioner overseeing the HSS program was fired. Back to you.
All right, Audrey, thank you very much. We do have an update to a breaking story we first brought you last night at 10. Overnight, University of Minnesota officials gave the all clear after reports of gunshots at Rapson Hall. This was the scene around 9:30 last night. According to the university, there was a student group event happening inside the building at the time with roughly 300 people in attendance. Students describe a chaotic scene.
We were sitting upstairs in our study room, and all of a sudden we hear 4 super loud gunshots. We assume they were fireworks with people at our window. We see cop cars flying in. It kind of makes me feel uneasy around campus, because this is kind of the time of the night everyone starts to go out, and if I can't feel safe walking around campus at this time, I feel like that's a major security problem.
Now, police say they weren't able to find any victims or a suspect. Anyone with information is asked to call UMPD. This all comes as Turning Point USA prepares to bring its campus tour to the U of M without the organization's founder, Charlie Kirk. Kirk was killed last week at Utah Valley University during one of the tour's stops. The American Comeback Tour, featuring Michael Knowles, will be at Northrop Hall Monday at 6:30 p.m. According to the U's website, registration for the event is required. Everyone attending must be at least 18 years old and will be required to show a government-issued ID at the door. We spoke with a retired FBI agent who says it's important for the event to have a strong security setup.
I'm confident that the security professionals at the University of Minnesota event will have taken the lessons from some of these other incidents and probably have figured those into their security schematics.
We also reached out to Minneapolis Police and the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. We did not hear back from the Sheriff's Office, but Minneapolis Police tell us they will be assisting University Police. As the tour continues, Turning Point USA is naming a new CEO. This morning, we're learning Kirk's wife, Erica, will take over. The organization says that's what Kirk wanted in the event of his death. Erica will be one of the speakers at Kirk's memorial service Sunday in Arizona. You can watch that service live on our streaming app for your TV, KARE 11 Plus. The streaming coverage starts at noon. Download KARE 11 Plus on your TV and watch for free. Well, time now 6:06. Today, dozens of pro-Palestine supporters will gather in St. Paul to rally behind activist Mahmoud Khalil. Yesterday, a judge ruled that Khalil will be deported to Algeria or Syria after he left out key information on a green card application. He was first detained back in March as part of President Trump's crackdown on pro-Palestine protests at Columbia University. Today's rally starts at 4 on Snelling and Summit Avenue. Farm Aid 40 is almost here. Tomorrow, thousands will pack Huntington Bank Stadium on the U of M campus to listen to legends like Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, and Neil Young. Michelle Beck joins us live outside the stadium with everything you need to know before you go. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah, good morning to you, Jason. You know, I've been here looking at Huntington Bank Stadium for the last almost 90 minutes or so. And I'm surprised by just how much activity is going on here right now, even at this hour. There's a handful of people standing outside right now, possible that they're all here in preparation for Farm Aid. And now I talked with the producer of the Farm Aid show, a huge production that's being made here. And he says today's all about preparing the stage for sound check. And by tomorrow, this stadium will be ready for Farm Aid. And just this week, we found out Bob Dylan will be here making a special appearance for the 40th year of the benefit concert. Farmers across the country right now are dealing with the effects of tariffs and fear they'll be losing a lot of money. That's why the showrunners say raising money for farm organizations is just as important now as it was during the festival's very first year.
And that is part of what we're celebrating here at our 40th anniversary. This coming together of people to say what's happening isn't right. We've got to do something about it.
This is a little piece of what America is all about. People helping each other, people standing up for each other, and everyone should come for this.
Yeah, if you are getting here by car, we did make a map to help you out. You can pre-purchase event parking, $30 for ramps, and $40 for surface slots. You can see all those options on this map. But do note 2 ramps are already sold out. There's parking you can get tomorrow too, $15 per spot at East River Road Garage and St. Paul's Lot S108. From that lot in St. Paul, you can take a shuttle right here to Huntington Bank Stadium. So do consider those options like that, including that St. Paul shuttle or even public transportation. Back to you, Jason.
Yeah, you certainly don't want a bad parking experience or transportation experience to ruin your experience at the stadium. So make sure you plan ahead. Michelle Beck reporting live. Thank you.